Are you the same person that you were a year ago? It's a rhetorical question. No, you're not. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You're not even the same person that you were yesterday. And that's because you're growing. We're talking about growth today, okay? And growth comes with changes. I know you've grown because things have changed in your life. Things have happened. You've changed, all right? Growth equals change. Change equals growth. I've said it many times before. I'll say it many times again. Change equals growth. All right? You're not the same person that you were a year ago or even yesterday. We're not meant to be the same person that we were. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to change. Think about it. The person that you were 5 years ago couldn't handle the things that you have going on today. You've had to grow. You've had to grow. You had to level up. All right? You had to step up and make some adjustments. You had to do some changing. Change equals growth. Okay? And with that, you have to keep in mind the type of person that you want to be, right? With that, you have to keep in mind the type of person that you want to be. You have to set the goal, the intention, the ideology of the person who can achieve and maintain the level of success that you set out for yourself. This person is up here, okay? You have to grow into that person. You have to grow into that person. Now, again, it'd be awesome if when you start growing, your peers start growing, and everything grows around you, right? But that usually doesn't happen, or at least not that way. And that's because, remember this, everybody grows at their own pace, okay? Everybody grows at their own pace. You can't force somebody else to be in the same position that you are or to be on the same wavelength as you are, even if they're very close to you, even if they're your friends, even if they're in your peer group, even if they're your loved ones, your family, it doesn't matter. Everybody, every single person grows at their own pace. Now, that being said, uh, everybody else's growth is not your responsibility. Everybody else's growth is not your responsibility. It's not on you to make somebody else grow. Alright? We plant seeds everywhere, but they gotta feed. They gotta grow on their own. Everybody grows at their own pace, man. You can't force somebody else. And it's like, I know it's frustrating because you want so bad for somebody else to be in a better position or to be a better person, whatever that may look like for them. It might be what they see for themselves as a better person. And you like, man, it's right here. All you got to do is go to it. And they're like procrastinating and hesitant and skipping. And it's like, it's frustrating because you want to help so bad, right? But it's not on you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not on you. It's not your responsibility. Everybody else's growth is not your responsibility. Correct. It is on them. Prioritize yourself because your priority, your growth is your priority. It's on you. It's on you. And you can outgrow people. And that's okay. That's okay. It's totally fine. I've outgrown a lot of people. But those people, what happens is when you start to grow, people will try to stunt your growth. They'll try to hold you back. They'll try to stop you from changing, right? Why would people try to stop you from growing? It's usually friends, family, loved ones, close ones, somebody who knows you who's going to sit back and be like, no, I don't like the person that you're becoming. I don't like that you're doing all this different stuff. It seems like you're just trying to find yourself, which is not a bad thing. All of these things, right? And it's like, okay, all in all, this person is telling you, hey, again, people are afraid of change. So it's like, hey, I see a lot of changes going on. I don't have no control over it. I'm not comfortable. I don't like it. Can you stop? Can you stop? They'll try to stunt your growth, but your growth has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. And what you have to do is lead by example. You have to lead by example. It's only but so much that you could tell a person before you get tired of talking. They don't, it's like it doesn't resonate with them, right? Like you tell them so much, like, look, man, we gotta go, or I gotta do this, or it's like, yo, like, I want better, I want better, I want better. And it's like they'll keep pushing it off to the side as long as you keep talking. But when they start to see you moving, then they know, hold on, that person doing something. Either I need to be moving along with it, or I'm gonna let them go. Usually they try to stop you. That's where the stunted growth comes into play. But but you have to lead by example. And again, people are afraid of change. We go back to the beginning of this. Change equals growth. People are naturally afraid of change. It's a natural thing. It's logical. Who wants change, right? I do. Because I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in the same position years from now. I want to be better off. You know, I want to be whatever success is to you, you should want that. And you have to grow into the person that could sustain that, could achieve that. Right? People are afraid of change. So initially they can't make this connection, but initially what they're saying is your change, your growth frightens me, and I'd rather this not be happening. It's easier to cut the plant than it is to water it. So they're not trying to propel you forward, they're trying to stop you where you are, because this is where they're comfortable. You go back to my last Mindset Monday about the comfort zone and get more info on that. But the thing about the comfort zone is it's a great place, but nothing grows there. So you have to get out your comfort zone in order to grow, right? People are afraid of change. They usually grow when they are uncomfortable. Who wants to be uncomfortable? So what these people do is they try to cut you off or stunt your growth. Now, you leading by example, you can't wait for them no more. You can't keep holding on. You can't procrastinate. You can't put your stuff to the side to appease somebody else's mentality. That's not on you. Again, your growth is personal. It's for you. It's for you. It's on you. All right? It's on you. So that's no longer an excuse. Or as soon as people say, I'm like, why didn't you do what you said you wanted to do? They, them, he or she, that's not an excuse. What did you do? Why didn't you do it? If it's because of them, you need to reevaluate yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. You got stuff that you got to do, not them. Your failures are not going to be shared with them. They might want to share your success, but they're not going to share your failures, okay? They don't carry that burden. You do. You do. So what they would do is when they try to stunt your growth, they're comparing themselves to you. They're looking at you intentionally making some type of move to better yourself, your situation, whatever it is, whether it's your money, your business, your spirit, you're trying to get at peace with yourself, you're trying to find love, whatever it is that you're growing towards, they'll make that comparison. And they'll look at themselves like, man, and again, a lot of people can't make this connection. It's a quick thing, like it's a subconscious level thing. Like people will start making decisions like, okay, well, I don't like what they doing, and it's simply because I don't like that I'm not doing it myself. So again, it's easier to cut the plant than to water it. So instead of feeding your seed, instead of adhering to your growth, what they're going to do is look at it like, No, go ahead and stop what you're doing because I'm not doing anything. And that's initially what it is. Like, go ahead, stop what you're doing because I'm not doing anything. And it makes me look bad. It makes me feel bad that you're doing so much for you and I'm not doing the same for me. When really all they have to do is start doing something for them. Now, this is where separation comes into play. It's like, okay, well, I can't be around that. If you're trying to stop me, you might as well just go ahead and get out of my way. You can't stop me. Even if it's something that's small, like I'm walking and we in the hallway, I'm big. If you stop in front of me, I'm gonna keep going. I might run you over, I might push you to the side, but I'm gonna keep going. That's my mentality. Not to be rude, but that's my mentality. That's what's going to happen. It's like you can't stop me once I decide to go. You cannot stop me, and neither should you. You can't be stopped. All right? You have somewhere to go. You have some growing to do. You got to get these people out the way. And it doesn't have to be permanent. It doesn't have to be a permanent separation. But for your growth at the moment, you have to nurture that. That's on you. So you can't entertain no BS or anything that's going to distract you from what you're growing towards. Okay? You have to take it upon yourself. You have to declutter and get rid of the negative energy, anybody who's not motivating you forward, right? And then, this is a tough one, but you have to forgive them. Again, people are afraid of change, but change equals growth. So they try to avoid change as much as possible. So with that, they're trying to tell you to do the same. They're trying to motivate you to do the same. I just want to stay comfortable. So why are you trying to do all this extra stuff? You know? Alright. Well, forgive them because that's a natural thing. And they know you and are comfortable with you as you are. They don't know the person that you're growing to be. They don't know that person over there. They don't know the person who, you know, is trying to build and do better. Like, really. Like, who has made a full-on decision to be in a higher position, to be a better person, a better version of themselves. They don't know the better version of you. They know who you are as you are now. And that's what they're comfortable with. So, of course, they're going to try to keep you as that because they know what to expect. They know how to talk to you. They know what you got going on. They know what type of conversation you're going to bring. They know everything. So it's comfortable. So it's comfortable. They want you to stay where you are for their sake. Again, it's not on you. So forgive them. Forgive them and then show them that growth and change, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Go back to leading by example, right? And lastly, but definitely not least, don't force it. Don't force your growth, man. Growth is a natural occurring thing. And for you to grow, it usually comes in these situations and experiences that you're uncomfortable with. We're going back to the comfort zone. Change equals growth, and change usually happens outside of your comfort. You have to be uncomfortable or in discomfort enough to be motivated to make a move. To make a move, to make an action, right? Right. So don't force it because it's going to happen anyway. I know people who have, like, you get all of these books, right? And you try to cram it all in, and then you ask them, you know, what did you get from it? And it's like, oh, I don't even really know. I just completed the book. I know it was a good book, but what did you learn from it? You're trying to speed and haste your growth too much, right? And that leads to you not actually growing. You actually stunting yourself at that point when you're trying to skip steps and, like, you're forcing it. Don't force it. Don't force it. You're going to learn. You're going to learn from your experiences. You're going to learn from your situations. You're going to learn from whatever it is that you can pick up, including the books and stuff, right? But don't force it. You're going to have to reflect and analyze yourself. Ask yourself some real questions like, why did I feel that way? You know, why does it have to be at that expense? Why why am I feeling this way? Why I'm not where I am or where I want to be? Ask yourself certain questions. And it's like, man, after you do that, you start to reflect and you start to analyze your situation, and then you start to realize who you need to grow into. You know, where am I growing? What needs to happen? What is the next step? When you do that self-reflection and analyzing, you'll realize what's the next step instead of just trying to paint the bigger picture right away. All right? Take some time, self-reflect, self-analyze, see where it is that you are versus where you're supposed to be, want to be, need to be, etc. And then you learn from your situations. You learn from your experiences. Be open, be mindful. When you're uncomfortable in a situation, there is something that needs to be learned, right? Also, you learn from your situations and others. That's what these books are for. Whatever the author went through and had to learn from, and they mastered it, let me go ahead and put this 20 years of experience into this 200 pages of this book. And it's like, I can grasp that. That's the reason why you get a mentor. That's the reason why you get a coach. It's to speed up. Come on. It's to speed up your learning, right? You're with somebody who's been there, done that, who has the experience. So paying attention to that and learning from others' situations allows you to grow faster. But you're not skipping steps because you're learning as you go. You're progressing. It's like, what happened with that? Like, I got the story, I got the feeling, I got the emotion, I saw the problem, how I would have solved it, and versus the right way of doing things, or somebody else's way. Just a different perspective. You're learning, and as you learn, you grow. Change equals growth. And keep saying it, right? So that's why you get the mentor. That's why you get a coach. That's why you read the book. That's why you tune into the podcast. That's why you go to YouTube. This is why you do the things of that nature, is to try to speed your growth by learning from other people. All right? So, change equals growth usually comes when you're uncomfortable. And you can learn from that situation. Be mindful of that situation. Those are the situations that you look back at and you laugh at. That's because you're not the same person. I remember breaking down in my vehicle when I had a flat tire. I was ready to fight. I was mad. I was hot. I didn't know what to do. Now that I know how to change a flat tire and I'm prepared for that, I laugh at that situation. I can laugh at like, I was going crazy. That's because I've grown from it. I'm not there no more. I'm not the same person. And neither are you. So last note on your growth, right? See yourself as a higher being. See yourself as a higher being. What you're growing towards. What are you growing towards, right? You want to become the person that can handle all of what you set out for, that you deem successful for you. Again, it's personal. Your growth is personal. It's all of what you want. Not what somebody said that you should have, or, not everybody wants to be a millionaire. You don't have to be a millionaire to be rich. You don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. You don't have to be a millionaire to be happy. Not everybody wants to be a millionaire. So if that's not what you want, then why are you pushing for it? Why are you stressing to get towards it? Just an example, but it's real. Your growth is pertaining to what you see fit for you. So see yourself as a higher being, right? Hold that image and grow towards it. It's Trayvon Pratt, Mindset Monday with AIM, always improving the mind. Grow, people. It's time to grow. I'm continuously growing. That's why we always improving. I know y'all growing too. Let's reach out to each other, man. Let's talk about it. What have you currently faced that you've grown from? I want to hear it. Drop it in the comments after the replay.